Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to have you all here with us tonight to celebrate the women's revolution in Iran, to celebrate women, life, freedom, and to honor the many who have fallen, but also who continue to struggle against this abominable, brutal Islamic regime of Iran. It's International Women's Day, so happy International Women's Day to all of you. I'm so glad to see you all here. And hopefully, well, not hopefully, for certain, we have a wonderful program for all of you. It's a program that's been sponsored by One Law for All and the Women, Life, Freedom Charter. And I'd like to, just as an opening, talk to you a little bit about why we're here today. It's because of this wonderful woman, Mahsa Amini. We know that she was arrested on the 16th of September by the morality police. We know that this was business as usual for the morality police. This is what they do day in and day out for over 40 years in Iran. And this is what happened to her a few days after arriving at Castro Hospital in Tehran, brain dead. Mahsa. Her Kurdish name is Jina. In Iran, you cannot have Kurdish names officially on your documents. And so we all know her by Mahsa Amini. People started gathering in front of Castro Hospital to protest, and they continued protesting at her funeral. Her parents wrote on her graveside, "Dear Jina, you will never die. Your name will become a symbol." And that is exactly what happened. It is at her funeral that the slogan Woman, Life, Freedom, that was first raised in Rojava in a feminist revolution in Syrian Kurdistan, was raised in Iran and has become a universal slogan across the globe. And we know what happened after this. We've seen ongoing protests in Iran, women, girls burning their veils, removing their hijabs, demanding an end to Islamic rule, demanding an end to a misogynist state. And we know that the regime has met these protests with its usual brutality and barbarity. Over 500 people killed, 70 of them children under the age of 18. We know that they've started executing people, at least 94 people, just in January and February alone, targeting, of course, minorities like Arabs, Kurds, Baluchis as well. And many of those killed are working class. And of course, we know that they are gassing our schoolgirls in their schools. And we know of girls' names who've died as a result of these attacks. Fatemeh Mehdizadeh, Shabnam Jamshid, Qorbani. And we know why they're gassing girls in schools. It's because it is this Generation Z, schoolgirls, young women, who have stood up against this regime, who have no illusions to any aspect of Islamic rule, and who want an end. They want an end to over 40 years of misogyny and dictatorship. This is our generation's life.
و دنبال رو میگم این برنامه ریزی
This is a generation with portable digital technology in their hands. They are unafraid. They are inspiring the world with their courage. It is a modern, a secular movement and anti-clerical. And we know that even when, yes, that deserves a clap. And we know that even when people have been wounded and attacked, they still rise and they still stand up. This is Ghazal Ranjkesh. She tweeted saying that when you shot me from 2 meters away in my eye and you were smiling while you did it, did you ever imagine that I would remain alive to return that smile? And these are women political prisoners just released conditionally very often. Many of them will have to return, but they are shouting slogans in front of the very prisons that they have been released from. They're saying that a dictatorial regime has to be overthrown, and they're shouting woman life freedom in front of the prisons where they were tortured, where many of them were raped and sexually assaulted. There are many things that we have done and that we have to continue to do, including putting pressure on Western governments to stop supporting our murderers. There's also a campaign that was issued today against gender apartheid. This campaign is calling for gender apartheid, sex apartheid, to be recognized as a crime against humanity by international law in the same way that racial apartheid is recognized as a crime in international law. There's also freedom charters that are important ways in which we can unite, not around some engineered manufacturing of power from above, but unity from below. There's the Woman Life Charter that was initiated by a couple of us, women's rights campaigners outside the country in November. But more importantly, there has been a charter of minimum demands issued by 20 trade union and civic organizations in Iran, saying what is the minimum that the people of Iran demand and deserve: an end to executions, the freedom of political prisoners, freedom of thought, freedom of conscience, freedom of expression. This is a charter that we must all get behind and organize around. And of course, like the girls being gassed in Iran, like the people of Iran that are standing up and refusing to submit, we will say, as this sign says, until our last breath, we will fight for women, life, freedom. There's a slogan, you can see that was a graffiti written on the streets of Iran. It says, imagine that you wake up one morning and they are gone. It's possible. I think we all feel that we can possibly see a day very soon where they will be gone. They will be gone with a women's revolution, with the slogan, woman, life, freedom. And instead of Iran being known as an Islamic regime of Iran, it will be known as one of the centers of woman, life, freedom across the globe. Thank you. Now, before we begin our brilliant program with our wonderful speakers, I would like to ask you to all take a stand. You know, we always have a minute of silence for those who've been killed, but we are not going to be silent. I am asking you for 1 minute to riot in support of women, life, freedom, in support of the women's revolution in Iran, in support of many of our beloved who have fallen, and also the many who are imprisoned, facing execution, and struggling for a free and better world and Iran. Stand up now and let's riot for a minute. Woo! Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you very much.